Hello, happy Thursday to you. I'm Lisa Remilard.
And I'm Carlos Amezcua. We're live right here on the planet Earth. It's, you know, we're so used to doing the broadcast thing that this digital thing is starting to catch on.
It's fun.
I think it'll be something someday.
That good old internet.
That internet thing back in the thing.
Explain to me internet.
I love that clip of Katie Couric and Brian Gumbel.
Internet.
Yeah, what is that?
It's classic.
So here we are. Look, there's a lot of things. Hope Hicks is back in the White House.
How about that?
She
interesting,
left,
right?
and I don't know why she's going back. I don't know what the deal is.
I think that's an interesting play for her. I don't know why either. I mean, I thought she was leaving because of all of the kind of firestorm, and she just kind of wanted to move on.
She left when they turned up the heat, and now they've turned down the heat.
Now she's going to come back. That's interesting, right?
Advisor. And I don't think they're still not having those daily press briefings.
Oh no, please
stop!
Don't be crazy. Why would? Jeff Bezos bought a $165 billion property in Los Angeles. How about that? Who has that kind of money?
So I heard.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Amy?
I was listening. What?
No, I said million.
Yeah.
No, million.
Yeah. So I was listening.
$165 million.
So I was listening to Bill Handel this morning, as I do on KFI every morning.
Yeah.
And he said, and one of the announcers on the show said, "That's like if you make $60,000 and you bought a house for $75." You're making $60,000 a year, and you say, "I'm going to buy a house. Here's $75," and you buy a big old house. That's kind of.
What must it be like to have that kind of life? Apparently,
I don't know.
He bought it from David Geffen. Is that right?
David Geffen owned the house. Yeah.
And I was reading that Jeff Bezos hammered out the deal with Geffen while socializing on the former music mogul's famous yacht.
Wow, on the yacht.
Isn't that interesting?
Well, it's a whole nother level that
It's a different life.
This is the people that Bernie Sanders says he hates, but he quietly loves.
Does he quietly love them?
Yeah, well, he gets money from them, under the table.
I don't think he gets money from them.
Yeah.
I don't think they give him money. I don't think that's true.
Bernie has a yacht, I'm sure.
I don't think Bernie has a yacht. I think that would be off-brand for him. I don't think that would be right.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, presumably,
so that's happening.
Jeff and Lauren will live in this massive house.
Allegedly. Well,
apparently Lauren should call me. Lauren, call a
your
brother. Call your old co-anchor.
Your old friend
and let
Carlos.
me know what's up.
You know what? Here's the thing.
I'd like to go to the opening house party of that.
The open house. You'd like to go to the housewarming?
I'd like to go see you. Yeah, the old Jack Warner estate. Not going to happen.
I think Lauren has outgrown you. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Well, that happened a long time ago. Way long time ago.
I think she forgot. She's going to be like, Carlos who?
Carlos who?
I don't remember you.
She used to do this all the time. Shake her head like this.
Good for her, though.
No, well,
and good for them.
So here's the deal.
Guess.
So Jeff Bezos could afford Disneyland. But pretty soon he's going to be the only guy who can afford to go into Disneyland. They've raised the prices again. What the heck? What is with these people?
I don't know.
And the more they raise the prices, the more people go.
How do people afford to go there? I don't know. Like, I mean, I can remember going to Disneyland as a kid, and I can remember my parents telling me what a special deal it was because we couldn't afford to go there. I mean, even then, tickets were expensive. I mean, they're like $60.
In the 80s?
This was like in the 80s.
Yeah, okay.
The early to mid 80s.
Yeah,
and
so I remember it was like around $100 or something.
40, no, it was like 60.
Was it? I don't remember.
It was like around 60 at that time. And then
I never paid.
I remember.
I never paid to go to Disney.
Well, we weren't that fancy. We had to pay to go, and it was a big deal. And I remember and my parents making a big deal about it. We couldn't go very often. We went maybe once every few years. But I mean, how do people now afford $200 a pop?
I don't know. But one of the few perks of our job is we sometimes get passes to Disneyland. And I took full advantage of that because they were very generous back in the day, in the
good old days.
Well, in the late '70s, early '80s, when my kids were little, they would give us hotels and food.
Guess what? Now my battery's going out.
Go get your batteries.
Yeah, keep telling your story.
And you could go to Disneyland and enjoy media night at Disneyland, and they shut down the park and it'd just be a bunch of media friends. It was really fun.
Yeah, I remember those days.
The only thing we had to pay for was parking, and then they started reducing the number of tickets
that they could give out
to two per person. So two per. Like if you could take your wife and then you'd have to pay for your kids and all that stuff. So that changed. But here's the thing, the question that I have for the Disney folks Because I know, Michael Eisner was a different guy than Walt Disney. Bob Iger is different than Michael Eisner and Walt Disney. What would Walt Disney do today? I guarantee you.
Somebody put on my Twitter that Walt Disney would be rolling over in his
Yes,
grave.
I
if
believe
he
that
knew
Walt
this was
Disney
the
would want to
state.
say, I want to make the park accessible to everyone, and we cannot raise prices beyond what I think expectations are for reasonable prices.
But here's the thing, Carlos, how are they going to pay for the new Star Wars land? How are they going to pay for the new Avengers land?
I don't think Walt had a vision of what his movie company was going to become.
No, absolutely
what
not.
Michael Eisner did to it and what some of these executives have done to it, because it's a worldwide, global powerhouse that isn't just Disneyland anymore.
Correct. And
he put together a fun park for kids like me.
My dad, my dad always used to tell the story about how he went to Disneyland on the second day it opened. He was there with his parents. He went with his parents and his sister the day 2 of its opening. And Walt Disney stood at the gate and shook everyone's hand.
Right, I remember hearing about that.
My dad said he was there, and it was such a special. He talked about it forever. Yeah. And every time we'd go to Disneyland, my dad would tell that story.
I have a tendency to do the same thing.
Every single
So my friend David Miller was born on the day Disneyland opened.
Oh, isn't that nice?
And they made a deal that any kid who has his birthday the same day that Disneyland was birthed would get in for free for life.
No.
So David gets in for free for life. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, they do. They honor that.
Isn't that something?
That was something.
Okay, what else is happening? Anything else interesting?
No, nothing else.
Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. You better get it together.
I'm on my computer this morning working, as I often
Just telling
do,
you.
working, and all of a sudden, ding, it comes up on my computer. Valentine's Day, tomorrow. I went, oh.
Yeah, you mean you haven't been preparing for it for the last 2 weeks?
No, I hate Valentine's Day.
I also hate Valentine's Day. It's lame
It's
sauce.
like such a made-up holiday.
I know. Producer Amy loves Valentine's Day, and
does
she's
she?
like, she wants to be, the Queen of Sheba on the Valentine's Day.
So roses and chocolates
and hotels and all
so,
of these things, and
yeah.
I'm like, not my jam.
I think we're going to our friend Colin and Sharon's house, and we're going to have dinner there.
Oh,
or horse derbies.
Horse divers. My dad used to call it horse
I tell you,
divers.
that takes the pressure off me.
Well, did you not get your wife anything?
Nope.
You don't get her anything? You
Nope.
better get her something. Listen.
What do you think I should get her?
Listen to me, Linda.
All she likes is diamonds.
Yeah, well, you got to think outside the box, pal, because I don't think you could get her diamonds right now.
Where can I get a good CZ?
Don't do that. She will cut you, I promise. Do not get her CZ.
She's not going to know. If you don't tell her, don't tell her.
She's going to know.
She's going to know that it's a fake?
100%. She's going to be like, this came from Carlos. It might be a fake.
Here's a platinum 6-carat diamond, honey. Happy Valentine's Day.
And she's going to be like, fake news.
It's not fake. Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
No, listen. So I hate Valentine's Day too. I don't like the idea of it. I don't like going out to dinner. I don't like crowds. I don't like any of those things. However, I will say, I do want to have something. Like
a spa day?
I do want some sort of tiny trinket of appreciation.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I like. And I'm sure your wife is the same way. She's not a big is she a Valentine's person?
I don't know.
You better figure that out. Jeez.
I don't know. She is very generous and loves to give gifts.
I love to give gifts too.
And she does thank you cards and she does birthday cards. She takes care of all the grandkids' birthdays.
But that's not Valentine's Day. So do you know if she likes Valentine's Day?
I don't know. I don't. We've only been married a few years. I should know, I guess.
And by a few, you mean like 10. Jeez, Carlos, you got to.
I'm not sure.
I think
but it shouldn't matter. I should be thoughtful enough
Yeah.
to think about something that she might like to do.
See, something like it doesn't have to be, and that's what I keep saying. It doesn't have to be diamonds, as much as I like some diamonds.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be diamonds. It could be something that I've said, like, oh God, I could really use one of those.
For me,
you know
for me, a romantic Valentine's Day would be
comes.
go down to Pico Union and have pupusas at a Salvadoran restaurant. Have you ever had a pupusa?
No, I don't.
It sounds disgusting, but it's great.
Of course, it would be about food for you. Of course, it would. Of course.
But you don't go in and eat. You stand on the street corner and eat. The pupusas they make on the street. It's fantastic.
I don't think your wife.
That's
would appreciate
romantic.
No, it's
the
not.
smell of
Look, a card and a
barbecue.
little trinket, something. Unless the woman or man that you're with thinks Valentine's Day is a big deal, and then you better do whatever they say. Otherwise, you're in trouble.
Okay, so there's also the florist consideration, because if you go to Ralph's, they have flowers.
Let me tell you something. The Ralph's flowers.
Terrific.
You could put together, your own bouquet there. You know that, right?
Yes, I've done that.
I do it all the time.
And Costco, also great flowers.
Yeah.
But if you go
Trader Joe's,
if you go to Empty
flowers.
Vase on the west side.
Empty Vase.
Empty Vase.
Uh-huh.
Fabulous florist. It shows that you've got class.
Oh, fancy pants.
Yeah,
Does it also cost?
It's like $500 for a perfectly beautifully made. I mean, they cut them.
$500.
The roses really short, and they put like little pebbles on the bottom, and it's in a beautiful
thing.
And they deliver it, and it's really a piece of art that you're spending. And so this is the kind of thing, to me, it's a complete waste of money.
I agree, complete waste of money.
But
I agree.
It shows that you've got style and class. And
if you don't have $500, a little trinket, no CZs. Okay, there you go.
Are we done yet?
We're done.
Okay.
I gotta go. We got lots of stuff
Happy
to
Valentine's Day. We'll talk about that tomorrow, and be sure to catch us on KDOC every morning from 8 to 9. TV. That could be channel 10, channel 56, channel who knows what.
Depends on your cable.
TV. And we also have a podcast. But Beyond.TV is your home for Carlos and Lisa.
Bye.
Adios.